his opponent across the ring is the defending champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing purple trunks with white and gold trim, hailing from Ohio. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the undefeated JuniorTheTruth.
This is what they said they wanted. This is what they said they wanted. What's up with it? Salute to my brother Felix Nunez Jr., aka the RT, in the building. What's up with you, bro? Salute to my brother 4-Hour Sniper, aka Snipe, in the building. What's up with you, bro? Right back ain't cheap. Man, this feels good. Ooh, this show feels good. Like it's almost natural. You feel me? It's like, you know what I mean? Like riding a bike, man. It feels natural. Yeah, it feels natural. Man, I'm Mr. Ohio born player, man. Means an anthem.
Saw the title of the video, you clicked on it, you know why you're here. Let's get to it. Shout out to the LGBTC Lions Den Box community. Shout out to the LGBTC Lions Den Box community.
Man, that show feels good. Alright, man. Salute to the family. Thank you all so much, man, for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all, man. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Man, let's get in. Let's get into it, man. Do I want to just go straight to it? I think I just want to go straight to it, man. I really, truly do. Man, we here. You feel me? We here. Like no. We really, truly, like we here, man. We here. We have our answer. We have our answer, man. We have our answer. Shout out to Xander Zayas, man. Shout out to Jaron Boots Ennis. Man, we have our answer, man. We have our answer. Hey, man, Boots solved him. You feel me? Boots solved him. You know what I mean? Jaron Boots Ennis, he didn't simply collect the world titles. You feel me? He didn't unify the division at 154. He didn't become unified at 154 only. Like, he didn't solely do that. He actually made a statement. You feel me? And for me, today, I just want to talk about what that statement actually was. Like, what was the actual statement? Because after every fight, you know, everybody rushes to celebrate. Everybody rushes to criticize. Everybody rushes to, you know, rewrite history. And that's not what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I want to actually slow down the tape. You feel me? I want to separate the emotions from the evidence. You feel me? I want to separate the emotions from the evidence. This is the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science. You feel me? I want to separate the emotions from the evidence. I want to separate the hype from the reality. You feel me? And I want to ask, like, my simple question is, what did we actually learn from Saturday night, man? What did we actually learn from Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas? Because for me, I don't think Saturday night was simply about Boots becoming the unified champion. I think Saturday night answered several questions, and then for me, it answered several questions, but it also raised quite a few new ones. It raised quite a few new ones, man. And I really want to talk about it because I'm back on my boxing shit. Yeah, man. Salute to the family, though, man. Welcome to another edition of the Punch Junkie Podcast, of course, hosted by yours truly, JuniorTheTruth. If this is your first time pulling up, man, welcome. If you've been rocking with me over the years, I appreciate you. Yeah, but let's get to work. First and foremost, you can follow me everywhere via social media. I can be found with the handle JuniorTheTruth, JuniorTruth, and that's over all the social media platforms, man. I ain't hard to find. You feel me? I ain't hard to find. I'm everywhere. You ain't never there. So just pull up on me. Salute to everybody that's catching this live stream. Salute to everybody. Salute to the guy, the Punch Junkie Chief MMA correspondent in the building. The guy, what's up with you? Y'all catch us tonight, man. We're gonna shoot for tonight, 8:00 p.m. for our MMA show. You feel me? Come pull up on us, man. Let me see. Snipe already got you, but salute to everybody that's catching the live stream. Salute to the replay gang and don't bang. And salute to everybody that's actually listening to this via the podcast, man. Salute to the family. Sorry for the bomb. I know y'all, probably scared the new ones. If you've been here a while, then you really literally braced yourself for it. Y'all hit the like button, man, and y'all be sure to hit the share. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Let's run these numbers up, man. So let's get to work. First and foremost, congratulations to Jaron Boots Ennis, man. Salute to Boots, man. You feel me? Congratulations to his father, Bozy, my guy. Man, salute to that. You already know how I feel about the father-son tandems. You know what I mean? Within the sport of boxing. I love when they click and I love when they work. You feel me? Yeah. Salute to his team. Salute to Philly, man. Philly, what's up with you? Salute to Philadelphia, man. Big shout out to Philly. Salute to Brooklyn. You feel me? Salute, and I also want to give respect to Xander Zayas, man. Salute to Xander, Big Xander. You know what I mean? He's one of our diaper darlings, man, over here on the platform, man. We love Xander Zayas, man, one of our youngest, man. Salute to Xander Zayas. Because taking this fight at 23 years old, man, when we're looking at what we're looking at with this next generation of boxers, for Xander Zayas to take this fight, man, at this point in his career, not taking an easier opponent, you feel me? Not just dancing because he could have, because let's just be clear, and we're gonna talk about Xander for a second. Let's be clear. He was being ducked by the other champions at 154 pounds. You feel me? Sebastian Fundora ducked Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas actually was Sebastian Fundora's mandatory. And if you remember, I think it was the time, did he become, I think, because Fundora was unified for a second, I think he became unified, and I think the next up was Xander Zayas. And if you remember, Xander Zayas pulled up to Sebastian Fundora's fight and was trying to talk to him about fighting after, the fight. Like, man, what's happening? And Sebastian Fundora refused to talk to him. You know what I mean? That talk of Xander Zayas versus Sebastian Fundora totally went away. You feel me? This is probably the first time you're hearing about that in quite some time. Dirt Gang Boss in the building. What's up with you, bro? It's probably the first time that you were hearing this in a long time, right? People didn't say much about Xander Zayas versus Sebastian Fundora, or Sebastian Fundora defending his title versus the mandatory, who was Xander Zayas. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I want to give respect to Xander Zayas because he could have went a whole different direction. You understand? But him taking this fight at 23 years of age, man, is incredible. And if I'm telling you all the truth, it should be scary for a lot of you all fighters that are, you know, in his class, in his era. Xander Zayas is going to be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? But he took this fight against a fighter that many people consider to be the most gifted and most talented fighter in the sport of boxing. That took, I can't even explain to you what that took. It took more than courage. You feel me? It took more. It took a lot. And I feel like this modern landscape of the sport of boxing needs more of that. We need more young fighters who are willing to do what Xander Zayas did. You understand what I'm saying? At 23 years of age. It needs to be more of them who are willing to go out and take these tough fights. You feel me? Instead of pulling out of fights the day of. Instead of missing weight on purpose to avoid stiff competition. Because that's what we're seeing with this new era. Instead of just settling for winning arguments and winning a fight on Twitter. So shout out to Xander Zayas, man. Yeah. And that was not a protected title defense that he went in on. That wasn't matchmaking, you know, designed to preserve an undefeated record. We know that Top Rank Boxing does masterful work with regard to matchmaking. It wasn't that. You understand what I'm saying? That was championship boxing. That was two undefeated fighters, real stakes, real risk, real consequences, and that's what we've been asking for. That's what we've been asking for. We need more fighters that are in their athletic prime, willing to take on the best competition. When you look at the history of the sport of boxing, that's what we got. We got fighters who were in their early to mid-20s taking on the best competition. We weren't letting fights weren't being allowed to marinate for 5-6 years. Fighters finally fighting when they're out of their prime, damn near 40 years old, and we got two fighters coming together to decide to fight. Nah, that's not what the history of this sport that we love. That's not what this is. Yeah. That's not what this is. Salute the behind the scenes, man, in the building. What's up with my brother? He says, JuniorTheTruth, this bout was one that helped renew my thoughts on fighters daring to be great. I salute I salute these great gentlemen. Shout out to Boots. Salute to the family. Lorenzo Bond, what's good with you, homie? I ain't seen you in a while, Lorenzo Bond. Is you a cop, Jay Reed? Is you a cop? Nah, that's what the history is. And then watch this. Don't be surprised if Boots sees Xander Zayas again, especially at the higher weight division. Don't be surprised. Don't be startled if Boots, when he decides to move to 160, if Xander Zayas is already there and already a unified champion. Don't be startled. You can remember that you heard it here first. But you know what's funny to me is after the fight, I started seeing people, you know what I mean, acting shocked, like Boots is different. Boots is special. Boots proved everybody wrong. And I'm like, for me, like, did he? Did he? Or did he simply confirm what a lot of us already believed and already knew? You understand what I'm saying? Because if you watch like the preview shows and you believe in watching the build up, you know what I'm saying, and you actually watch the Punch Junkie podcast, the preview show, I told you exactly what I expected. You feel me? And I told you all that I thought that Xander Zayas would have success. You feel me? And I told you that I thought he would win moments. You understand what I'm saying? I told you I thought that he'd probably make Boots uncomfortable. But I also said eventually Boots was going to solve the puzzle. he was gonna solve the puzzle, and that's exactly what happened. You feel me? My prediction wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, we got to the result. We got to the result. Boots is one of them, and I'm gonna tell you before I go forward. I'm gonna tell you how I came to that conclusion. The way that I came to that conclusion was has nothing to do with Xander Zayas' age as much as it has to do with his experience. And when I look at his resumes, like, the resume doesn't lie, man. The resume does not lie. Even when fighters have moments that are unexplainable, the resume does not lie. Xander Zayas did not have a resume, in my opinion, that could possibly prepare him for that fight versus Jaron Boots Ennis. His level of competition was not one that will prepare him for that moment. Salute to my sister Tay Tay in the building. What's up with you, Tay Tay? No, man, he didn't have it. There was nobody on Xander Zayas' resume that could prepare him for Jaron Boots Ennis. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Was the fight early for? Was it pretty early? For Xander Zayas, yes. Yes, it was early. This fight was definitely early for Xander Zayas, by all intents and purposes, which is why he gets tremendous love and respect from me for taking this fight. But I did not feel that he had any the competition that he had faced would not have him prepared for these moments. He didn't have enough difficult situations. He didn't have the different styles. He had not faced different styles. I don't even think, when I think about it, I don't even think he has any slick boxers on his resume. I don't think he has a lot of slick boxers. I don't think he has a lot of, especially Black American slick fighters. I don't think he has a lot of them on his resume. If any, when I come down through the resume, I don't think he did. Meanwhile, if you look at Jaron Boots Ennis has had a, in my opinion, he's had a more, and of course he's had more fights, so he should, but he's had a plethora of competition, different levels, different styles, you know what I mean? He's had more competition that would prepare him for a fight versus Xander Zayas. He's seen Xander's style before. It wasn't Xander, but he's at least seen the style before. So I felt like of the two, Boots would be more ready and prepared. So on top of the skills and the attributes and everything that goes along with it, you feel me? Yeah. Now, one of the things I said, salute to Hunter in the building. Hunter said, Hunter PR1, he says the thing about growing up in Philly, he probably have been seeing slick boxers forever. You talking about Boots. Boots been seeing slick fighter. Boots has seen a plethora of styles. You know what I'm saying? Through his extended amateur career, through his, because he had, when you look at these dudes, like these dudes, you have to understand that these dudes have these extended amateur careers. These dudes have these, professional careers where they see all these multitudes of styles. You feel me? And so it's one of those situations where, I'm not startled that if Boots has run into somebody similar to Xander Zayas. And Xander Zayas is a tremendous talent. But what I know for sure by looking at the resumes is that Xander Zayas saw absolutely nobody that could compare to Boots Ennis. You feel me? And so, one of the things that concern me, because I pay attention, I got ears, and when things get reported to me, and then when I hear them and they're confirmed in the media and stuff, and I hearing that, like, Xander was in camp and he had Tiger Johnson in camp with him, and I'm like, whoa. Tiger can't prepare you for Boots. You feel me? Stuff like that. But anyway, I felt like, once again, that this was an excellent fight, you know what I mean, with regard to, and it was a huge opportunity for Xander Zayas, and I did give him a chance, you know what I mean, in this fight. He had a chance. He had an opportunity. And as we saw in the fight, he actually capitalized on that opportunity. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm totally going off script. I'm going to say this, though, Because I told you in the fight, and when I gave my keys to victory for each fighter, and I told you the things that I felt like they needed to do in order to be successful, neither one of them motherfuckers did what I said that they should do to be successful. You feel me? If you all remember, I said Boots needs to come in, take his time, don't jump in early. You know what I mean? Collect his data, literally box and figure Xander out and weigh his ass down. Then in the later rounds, go get his ass. Did the absolute opposite. I said Xander Zayas don't need to go in there trying to prove that he can trade shots with Boots Ennis. You feel me? Just because, he's bigger and younger and, should be stronger and so on and so forth. Don't go in there exchanging leather with Boots Ennis. Go in there and control the distance and use your attributes, use your size. You feel me? Don't go in there trying to stand in there with Boots. And what did Boots do? He came out, jumped on Xander Zayas early, dropped him in the first round. What did Xander Zayas do? He went in there, took his ass in there, and went toe-to-toe with Boots early. Was not on his toes. No bouncing. There was absolutely no outboxing. And I said, what the fuck is going on here? Ain't neither one of these motherfuckers following the script. You feel me? Neither one of them. And as we saw in the third round, I'm jumping all over the place. You feel me? But as we saw in the in the first round, Boots with the first round knockdown, I said, shit. And I thought Boots was going to stop him early. And then Xander getting his shit back. And then the second round came. And then I looked at Xander and I said, okay, Xander back. Because I felt like he was still hurt. I'm like, okay, he back. Second round came around. You feel me? Then we had the third round fiasco where, I talked about Boots. And I talked about how Boots in his exchanges and the way that he ends the exchanges and there being openings when he ends the exchanges. You feel me? And so they entered in one of them exchanges and Boots was open in that exchange and Xander Zayas took advantage and landed the big shot and hurt Boots. Boots was hurt. Like, I ain't trying to hear nothing else. Boots was hurt. You feel me? He was hurt. And then I got scared because I said, shit, Xander finna knock him out. Because Xander was landing big shot after big shot. And then when Xander landed the straight, I think it was a right, he landed the straight right, and he turned Boots into a Pez candy dispenser. Greg X, what's up with you, bro? And I said, oh, Lord, you feel me? Boots finna be through. Boots finna be through. So it's like everything that I was saying, I'm watching it play out, and I'm like, no. And I'm like, Boots, you ain't finna give it to me like this, bro. You not finna give it to me like this, bro. You not finna get knocked out like this. And then the fight just broke out. You know what I'm saying? It's just an all-out brawl. That motherfucker just started rumbling in the third round. And Boots fought his way out of getting knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? And then the fight continued to play out that it played the way it played out. And after that moment, Xander didn't have, you feel me, that level of a success. But he damn near stopped Boots in the third. You feel me? But we ain't playing horseshoes, so almost don't count. But I'm like, man. So it was just, you know what I'm saying? Man, rounds 3 and 4, Xander had that real success, man. Like, he landed. He kept making Boots reset. You know what I mean? He slowed the pace, and he literally pulled Boots into the fight with his fight for a real brief stretch. You understand what I'm saying? And it looked like he had found something. You understand what I'm saying? And then that point of the fight, though, is where the great fighters, the elite fighters, like that's where the good fighters and the elite, you understand what I'm saying? Or you can even say where the elite level fighters and the great fighters separate themselves. You feel me? In those instances, good fighters, sometimes elite fighters, are going to panic. You understand? Meanwhile, the great ones are going to diagnose the situation. The great ones are going to diagnose the situation. They're going to collect that information, and then they're going to do what it do. They're going to make it do what it do, man. And that's like high-level championship, world-class boxing. Yeah, salute to my brother Felix Nunez, man. Salute to the brother in the super chat, man. Salute, bro. His corner stop it for real. I get to that, man. I get to that, bro. I get to that. Yeah, I get to that. Because a lot of people, I don't know, man. A lot of people got a lot to say. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. In my opinion, though, man, like, I don't know, man. I really wish, and this is where I have a hard time with boxers and with boxing fans, right? Because, man, I really wish boxing fans understood that, like, boxing is not about winning every round. You feel me? You don't have to dominate every minute to dominate a fight. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how really, truly, like, come on, the messenger said, quit, he did. Salute to the messenger. What's up with you, homie? He said, quit, he did. Man, I wish people understood, man, like, that's not how boxing works. That's why you win every round. That's why you got 12 rounds. You got multiple rounds. Sometimes losing a round is information gathering. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes getting touched teaches you exactly where your opponent feels comfortable. You get to learn patterns. You feel me? And I think, like I said, I think Boots, he understood that. You feel me? And he started working. He started, changing his entry points. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of, really start cutting certain shit off. Then he quit loading up because, he fell into that loading up after he hurt Xander in the first. He pulled away from that loading up and he started back trusting his combination work. That's ring IQ. You feel me? And ring IQ ages better than athleticism, in my opinion, because one day the speed is going to slow down. The reflexes are aren't going to be quite the same. You feel me? One day the legs are not going to bounce like they used to. You feel me? But if you can think your way through a fight, then you'll stay dangerous for a very long time. Somebody cue up Bernard Hopkins. You're going to stay dangerous for a very, very long time. Gregory X, my brother, said, he said, Zayas is a creature of top rank. He may have another genuine opportunity to become a champion again. He is young and can bounce back, man. Xander will be a champion again. He's going to be a world champion for sure. He said, Xander sneak quit. Here y'all go, man. Y'all just want to get to it, man. Like, y'all don't even want me to just give y'all my breakdown of the fight. Y'all not interested in that. Y'all don't care. You feel me? Y'all done ran all around the social media space. Y'all didn't heard all the bullshit. Y'all didn't heard everybody talk all the talk. Y'all not interested in me talking about from my fans' perspective of the fight. Y'all want to know if Xander quit. Y'all want to know what's next for these fighters. And y'all want to know if I think Jaron Boots Ennis is the best at 154. Like, that's what y'all came for. All this other shit I done scripted out, all this stuff I done paid attention to, y'all don't care nothing about that, man. Y'all don't care nothing about that. So let me say this, man. Let me say this before y'all. Let me give Xander his flowers. You understand what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm not gonna disrespect Xander. I like Xander a whole lot. I like that kid. You know what I'm saying? And I hear people acting like, he got exposed. I don't agree. I think he got beat. You feel me? I think he got beat. And I think he got beat by a better fighter. And I think he got beat by a fighter who could potentially be the greatest pound for pound fighter in the world right now. You understand what I'm saying? I think he fought. I think he adjusted. I think he answered back. And I think he had real moments. Like I said, rounds 3 and 4 may have been the most important rounds of his career to date. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he proved that he belonged in that ring. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he was intimidated. I don't think he was initially overwhelmed. You feel me? I think he found success. He found success against one of boxing's best fighters. I think that's valuable experience, and I think that experience is going to make Xander Zayas very dangerous moving forward. Could he sustain the success he found in the fight, though? And that's where the difference showed. You feel me? Hall of Fame-esque, great, legendary fighters don't just create success, like they repeat it. And I think the next step in Xander Zayas' development is to improve from this moment and to move on and get better and take that experience and make it do what it do. Xander Zayas fought in a way I've never seen him fight. I've seen Xander Zayas respect distance, be more disciplined defensively against way lesser opponents. So why we would escape, we would leave that game plan fighting against Jaron Boots Ennis puzzles the shit out of me. Like, I'm puzzled by the fight that Xander Zayas fought. I'm puzzled. You feel me? I'm puzzled. I'm not finna sit here and lie to you. I'm not finna play. I'm puzzled. Head scratching even. I keep asking, did he quit? I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into that. A Kondo, salute, homie. Kondo said this fight was overhyped, including me. I thought this was going to be a dog fight. Don't do that, bro. It wasn't overhyped, bro. This fight was everything that it was supposed to be, bro. Like, this fight was everything it was supposed to be. The fight happened the way that it was supposed to happen. It played out the way it was supposed to happen. Gregory X says Zayas was forced to fight outside his scripted comfort zone. But what I'm saying, though, Greg, bro, he didn't even try. Like, he didn't come into the fight on his toes. He didn't even try. Like, he didn't even try it. He came in with the mindset, I don't know if he was trying to catch Boots by surprise or what. But he came in there, no distance, no movement, none of that. He came in there on some toe-to-toe shit and got his ass dropped and hurt in the first round. Like, that made absolutely no sense to me, man. Yeah. Kondo said he must have been off then because he was easily picked apart by Boots. Nah, bro, like, Boots is just that good. And Xander Zayas is that good. Like I was saying earlier, let's be clear. Motherfuckers at 154 was ducking Xander Zayas, including Sebastian Fundora, who people are saying is the cream of the crop of the division. He ducked Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is him. You feel me? Boots just made him fight differently. That's it. Like Queen just said, salute to my sister Queen 71. He just made him fight his fight. He made him take his ass and come in there, and he dictated the pace, dictated the distance, and shit, Xander Zayas crumbled, which a lot of people are literally gonna crumble. You feel me? The level of not giving a fuck you gotta have to be successful versus Jaron Boots Ennis is a level that has to be studied. And it's a fighter who has that level, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Like, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. Man, I gotta get out of here. I'm 33 minutes in, man. Y'all ain't trying to hear this shit that I was talking about, that I didn't script it out about my round by round assessment and all. Y'all ain't trying to hear that, man. So y'all ain't trying. Maybe I'll do a video about it. You feel me? For the people who want to hear it. So this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. First of all, did Xander Zayas quit? And the answer is, I'm gonna be politically like I want to be. Salute to Jelly Bean. What's up with you, homie? I'm gonna be politically like I want to be. You feel me? Because I like Xander Zayas. I ain't gonna hang the quit jacket on him. You feel me? You got Virgil Ortiz calling him a pussy and all that kind of shit. Listen, Virgil Ortiz don't deserve to be in this conversation. Like, it's time to start. We got to start separating the fat from the meat. Virgil Ortiz, like, motherfuckers keep talking about Virgil Ortiz fighting Boots next. No, Virgil Ortiz has not done enough to be in the conversation to fight for the unified title at 154. Has Virgil Ortiz even had a world title yet? Like, at some point, we gotta stop Got to stop allowing these fighters, these boxers to come in, attach their names to the motherfuckers that's actually doing great shit and get the same level of consideration as the motherfuckers who's doing great shit. Virgil Ortiz has not done enough to deserve a world title fight. I'm with the messenger. Virgil Ortiz got all this shit to say about Xander Zayas. We should get Virgil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas next. Let's see you do to Xander Zayas what Jaron Boots Ennis just did. Because I don't think you can do it. I think Xander Zayas beats the shit out of Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz has never had a world title. What the fuck is we talking about? Oscar De La Hoya came up and made a post and said, let's make the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Virgil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis. Are you crazy? Boy, you smoke. You on that good. Bro, that's not the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Virgil Ortiz has not done nothing to even be at this conversation. You feel me? Let me ask y'all, who's the biggest name on Virgil Ortiz's resume? Without looking. Don't go look. Don't Google it. Without looking. Because I already know the answer. Who is the biggest name on Virgil Ortiz's resume? Without looking. Don't go look. Y'all about to go look because y'all really don't be watching boxing. You feel me? Nobody knows. I'm going to tell you. The best name on Virgil Ortiz's resume is Lubin. Damn, Queen, you beat me to it. Queen be watching boxing. It's Erickson Lubin. That's the biggest name on Virgil Ortiz's resume, cuz. In 2026, salute to Erickson Lubin. This ain't no knock to that blockhead motherfucker. The biggest name, not the best fight, the biggest name is Erickson Lubin. Virgil Ortiz has not done any. Salute to the War Report in the building. What's up with you, homie? Man, he's not done. Virgil Ortiz do not belong in any conversation when you're dealing with the upper echelon of the 154-pound division. Get the fuck out of here. He got work to do. Let him go do some work. Let Virgil Ortiz go do some work. Then come talk to about a situation, the conversation with Boots. We need to walk away from that conversation, bro. Like these people, these fighters are allowed to attach themselves to the work that these other fighters have been doing, and they get the same consideration. It's the same shit that we've been seeing. Like we've seen this playbook over and over and over and over again in a modern landscape of the sport of boxing. You feel me? Christopher Kennedy said he beat the guy at 154 Crawford beat. He beat a guy that Crawford beat. And that's the biggest fight on his resume, bro. Clutch Attitude MMA. What's up with you, homie? That's the biggest fight on his resume. Like, this is what we talking about. Never been a world champion. But his biggest fight is that he beat somebody that Crawford beat. And that qualifies him to enter into a fight versus the unified world champion at 154 pounds. One of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. I'm with Felix, bro. He got to fight Banana J. Rosario, bro. He got to go. You feel me? He got to go in there. He got to beat Banana J. Rosario, man. I don't want to hear. Virgil got to go get a world title. He got to work his way up the rankings, man. I'm not trying to hear this shit no more. I'm tired of all this leapfrog bullshit boxing, man. It's over with, bro. Stop bringing up Virgil Ortiz until he did something. He got to do some goddamn work around here. You feel me? Your shit just, your eyes just can't be pretty. They got to do some goddamn work around. He need to go do some work, bro. Go do some work, bro. Go do some work. Like, this is time. It's time for us to have some for real standards in the sport of boxing, bro. Like, goddamn, we got to have some respect. Like, the rankings need to mean something. World championships need to mean something. You got a motherfucker who will sit here and tell you that world championships titles don't mean nothing. So that's why he don't fight for world titles. And then he get a world title and cry like a baby. And they got to manipulate and move shit around in order to get him a world title. I'm talking about Ryan Garcia. Because just a few years ago, not even a few years ago, about a year ago, motherfucker would run around here talking about world titles don't mean nothing. Yeah, it don't mean nothing because you ain't got one, motherfucker. Remember when you used to get that toy that motherfuckers wanted in the hood, and all them niggas that they didn't have it, and they would say, "Oh, this shit ain't all that. It ain't all that." Yeah, it ain't all that because you ain't got it, you bitch. You man, get out of here, bro. Like these motherfuckers don't have to do the same amount of work. I'm tired of certain fighters doing all the work, and then these fighters getting the same amount of consideration. Man, I'm tired of it, bro. Like I'm sick of it. Like you should be doing some work. You should be getting some world titles. You feel me? You should be fighting the best competition. And I ain't even saying because I'll be looking at Boots' resume with my eyes half cocked. But he done more than Virgil Ortiz. Like, man, get out of here, man. So please, for me, let's remove Virgil Ortiz from this conversation. Those salute to Texas. All my Texans that are fans of Virgil Ortiz, encourage your fighter to do some goddamn work around here. Encourage him to go do some work. Because we look at his resume, what do they say? How they say? Basudo. Ain't that how they say it? We look at Virgil's resume, and you got the asinine audacity to be calling this man a pussy, the P word, excuse me. You got the asinine audacity to call the former unified world champion at 154 pounds the most competitive division in the sport of boxing. I ain't coming off of that. You 24-0 with 22 knockouts, and your biggest name on your fight, on your resume, was in November of 25 when you fought Erickson Lubin at home, and you knocked him out in 2 rounds. You feel me? Prior to that, you beat Madrimov, which was somebody that the claim to fame is that Madrimov is somebody that Crawford beat by unanimous decision in 24. Then you turned around and beat somebody that Crawford beat, and I'm supposed to be like, it's Basuda. There you go. It's Gregory X says Basuda. Trash. Get that shit out of here, bro. Like I'm looking. Come on. You got Thomas Delorme on there that you knocked out Thomas Delorme. It's the only person I know. Oh, you knocked out Egis Kavanowski. That everybody be knocking him out. He like Idris Kavanowski. Man, he lost to Michael Fox, bro. No, he beat Michael Fox. My fault. He beat Michael Fox. Got knocked out by Crawford. Majority draw versus Ray Robinson. Man, get out of here, man. He knocked out David Avanesian. I gotta tighten up, man. I don't know, man. Get out of here, man. Evis Kavanagh. Ain't that's I think that's green beans. Ain't that who the family be calling green beans? Man, get out of here. So that's the motherfucker. We man. Man, get out of here, man. Let me go back up through the chat, man. Queen said Virgil need to go sit down somewhere. 503 line, what's up with you, bro? Said Virgil need to go sit the fuck down. I got to get out of here, man. Let me get out of everybody's way. You feel me? Virgil needs to go sit the fuck down somewhere. You feel me? Queen said Boots came to Virgil first. They started talking about Errol Spence. Started talking about they getting ready to fight Errol Spence. The Errol Spence that got 1 foot out of boxing. Man, get out of here, man. I'm going to fight Errol Spence in Texas. That's going to be the biggest fight, man. Basudo. Period. Virgil Ortiz moved to 154 when he was having them health issues trying to make weight at 147. Still ain't done shit in the division, bro. Still ain't done nothing far as to be mentioned among the best, man. Period. Like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. That's it. Virgil got to do some work, man. You can't just talk your way through this shit no more. Acondo said, biggest thing I'm disappointed in Boots is letting Bud get away from him. Should have stayed in Bud's face to get that fight. And see, everybody said I was tripping when I said don't fight at 147 no more. As soon as Bud became undisputed at 147 and he moved up to 154, what did I say? I was the only one saying follow him up there. He's saying, I'm going to stay at 147, be undisputed. And I said, bro, there's no big fights for you at 147. You go to 154, You shoot for the moon. If you miss the moon, you at least be amongst the stars because you would be in the mix. You understand what I'm saying? So if Boots had went to 154, when I said go to 154, he would at least put together a stellar resume at 154. Meaning he would have fought probably a Banana J Rosario. He probably would have got a Tony Harrison fight at least. He would have been and beat Fundora's ass already. You understand what I'm saying? He would probably damn near be undisputed at 54, especially because Bud slid up and did the shit with Canelo, then retired. Should have went on up there and did that work, bro. Because at least if you did not get the Bud fight, you would be the man undisputed at 154. It would be your division. And now we still playing the reindeer game. Period. Jamul Allah says, Jamul Allah says, only thing Boots proved that he's definitely not the best at 154. I think Boots is definitely beatable. He tend to get cute, then accidentally get clipped. Man, Boots is the best at 154, bro. Ain't nobody gonna beat Boots at 154. It's only one person at 154 that I believe can beat Boots Ennis. I'm gonna tell y'all in a second. Boots annihilates Sebastian Fundora. He annihilates Sebastian Fundora. Do y'all understand how bad Boots does Sebastian Fundora? Sebastian Fundora's is his biggest win is against the flute player. You feel me? Keith one-time Thurman. Off of a fucking 4-year later, man. Let me, what am I doing? I am, there's nobody, it's only one person at 154 that can beat that, in my opinion, that can beat Boots. You understand what I'm saying? Boots beats the shit out of Sebastian Fundora. He already beat Xander Zayas. I can't even tell you how dirty Boots will do Josh Kelly. None of these dudes at 154 beats Boots, which is why I want Boots to go on and clean out this division. Score Wolf says, did Bud sneak out? Bud absolutely did not sneak out. He absolutely did not sneak out. The window, like that Bud versus Boots fight was like double dutch. There was a very specific moment to get in there and make that fight happen. And the window closed. You understand what I'm saying? The window closed. Boots stops Sebastian Fundora. He stops Sebastian Fundora. You know what he stops Sebastian Fundora with? That wicked ass southpaw uppercut that he threw when he was moving backwards with all that smoke on it. Sebastian Fundora is gonna eat that and go to sleep. He gonna eat that and not eat that. He gonna get clipped with that and go to sleep. Boots was throwing some shit in there on Xander Zayas, bro. He was throwing some shit like, what the fuck is this? Hey, but listen though. What was I saying? Christopher Kennedy says the only competition I see for Boots is he have to move up to 175. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. No. Boots can stay at 154, and there's competition for Boots at 154. You feel me? Boots is the creme de la creme at 154. There's somebody that can beat him at 154, from what I see. You feel me? His biggest fight, and I'm going to tell y'all in a second. 503 Line said, I said Boots was the best at 154, and the usual suspect the U.S. 6 suspects laughed at me, bro. Score Wolf said Buzz hating on Boots, though. Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. And for me, and as far as I'm concerned, bro, Like I'm not here for the Boots versus Bud rivalry. You understand what I'm saying? I think that there was a time for that fight to take place. The fight didn't take place. Bud is now retired, and I think conversations about Bud versus Boots is obsolete unless Bud is gonna come back. But from all intents and purposes, the way Bud sounds, it sounds like he's gonna stay retired. And it is what it is. You feel me? And right now, I'm interested in the motherfuckers that's literally talking, like Virgil Ortiz. You feel me? The War Report says, he says, damn right, Fundora is still him. Boots got to go see him. I agree. Boots got to go see him. I've already seen Sebastian Fundora lose twice. You feel me? I've already seen Fundora lose twice. So I'm definitely looking for I'm definitely looking for Boots to go see him quickly. And that which brings me to my next point. My next point is I only want to see Boots fight in championship fights, bro. All this, bring this person up, bring that person up. I only want to see Boots fight unification and undisputed fight. I don't want to see nothing else. I don't want nobody coming up to the weight division trying to fight on. I don't want to see Dev come up to 154 and try to fight Boots. I don't want to see none of that bullshit. I only want to see Boots Ennis fight championship fights. And there's only one fight, and I won't even say it's not a championship fight because it is, actually, now that I think about it. So let me say this. As far as Xander Zayas, I would like to see Xander Zayas take his time. I want to see him regroup. I want to see him come back. I want him to move to 160, but I want him to come back to 154 for one fight and one fight only. I would like to see Xander Zayas fight Virgil Ortiz at 154 in his next fight. His last fight at 154. I feel like he need to come settle that Puerto Rican family business. You understand what I'm saying? I think he need to come settle that. He need to come settle that business for the island. He need to come step to Virgil Ortiz, and we need to give us that. Is Virgil Ortiz Mexican? Give us that Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry that we love so much, and let's get one of the biggest fights in the sport about one of the biggest fights for Virgil Ortiz and one of the biggest fights for Xander Zayas is Xander Zayas versus Virgil Ortiz at 154. I want to see that fight. Then Xander Zayas can move up to 160. Far as Jaron Boots Ennis is concerned, I either want to see him fight Josh Kelly next, or I want to see him fight Sebastian Fundora. Period. You understand what I'm saying? But it's one other fight that I want. You understand what I'm saying? So let me ask a question. Let me ask a question for the for real Punch Junkies, for the motherfuckers that really do this, for the real the fans of the sweet science. Y'all answer. Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Who is the lineal champion at 154 pounds? Who is the lineal champion at 154 pounds? Who is the lineal? Who is the lineal champion at 154 pounds? You feel me? Boots, no. Nobody. That's not true. You feel me? Who is the lineal champion at 154 pounds? I want to see Boots Ennis in a unification bout, or I want to see him in a fight for the lineal title. That's what I want to see. Boots versus Jamel Charlo is, oh my God. Oh my God. Woo! You feel me? That shit just The War Report said, tell Mel to stop capping. Mel got to get his shit together. I need Mel to come back, man. Do whatever the fuck you need to do, bro. And I need that fight because I'm going to tell you, that third round told me a whole lot with regard to the sport of boxing. I was going to come in here because I had some questions. And I was about to do a video, and then I saw Blue Blood do something similar as far as titling, so I decided not to do it. Plus, I ain't trying to do that because I ain't trying to create these storylines because people, whether they admit it or not, they be over here borrowing. You understand what I'm saying? They be over here borrowing like a motherfucker. You feel me? So I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll say it because we're burying it in here in the podcast. And my question was, because I feel one of the things I was asking, and I said yesterday when I did, anybody that saw the short on social media, I said, I can leave in here with a whole lot of questions. One of my questions is Boots Ennis a disciplined fighter or is he undisciplined? Is Boots disciplined or undisciplined? Queen, is Boots disciplined or undisciplined? The War Report, is Boots disciplined or undisciplined? 503 Lion, is Boots disciplined or is he undisciplined? Gregory X, is he disciplined or is he undisciplined? The Messenger, is Boots disciplined or is he undisciplined? As a fighter, is he disciplined or is he undisciplined? I'm asking, is he disciplined or undisciplined? Queen 71 said he fights his way. That's not what I asked, baby. I asked, is Boots disciplined or is he undisciplined? As a fighter, I love Boots. Boots is one of them ones. Is Boots disciplined or undisciplined? Felix Nunez says he is, but you did not answer my question. The Messenger said he's undisciplined at times. Big Dez Kunkadar said he's undisciplined. Like, I need somebody. Y'all got to shoot it straight with me, man. Y'all be liking the bullshit. Take the motherfucking cut off the dope. The War Report said he's undisciplined until he gets hit. Take all of the suffixes and prefixes and postfixes off of it. Is he undisciplined? Yes or no? This ain't even nothing you got to answer right now. Just think about, is he disciplined or undisciplined? Felix Nunez says, except when he back up with his hands down, relying on his athleticism to dodge. I get all that. I get all the explanations, all the parables and shit that we're going to attach to it. Is Boots disciplined or undisciplined? Mel says, Rizzo Bond says, Mel is going to ask for retirement money with Boots fight because he knows Boots is probably going to dead him. Bro, I don't really even talk purses. I don't care about the purse. I just want to fight, bro. If I'm being for real, I don't, yeah. The War Report said he ain't missed weight. So he definitely disciplined with the weight. Queen said, Eddie said that that how he fights, said that's how he fights. So somebody been talking to him about his techniques. He got to lose in order to learn. Squirrel Wolf said that Canelo lost, knocked his ego down. That FN Bull said Boots hurt his hand in the 6th, which made the 7th more incredible. I seen him hurt his hand, bro. I said it too. I seen him hurt his hand when I seen it. I seen it. Is Boots undisciplined? Because let me tell you about me. And this ain't, Boots told me he was undisciplined on in the fight, at the end of the fight, in his interviews. He told me. Boots told me that when he got clipped in round 3 and he got hurt and damn near knocked out, he told me that he was being lazy. That's what he told me. He told me he was being lazy. He said, man, I was being lazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? You know what Boots also told me? Boots also told me that he wasn't listening to his corner. He wasn't listening to his corner. That's what Boots told me. He wasn't listening to his corner. And when he finally started listening to his corner is when he met with success. Now, I'm asking you, can you be a disciplined fighter and not listen to your corner? Can you be a disciplined fighter and get lazy and allow yourself to get clipped? Boots is him. But I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Because in that 3rd round, can you imagine that 3rd round getting clipped the way he got clipped versus Jermell Charlo? Like, if we're going to have a real conversation, let's have a real conversation. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? In there versus Jermell Charlo? Iron Man Charlo. Man, y'all ain't trying to have no real conversation, man. I'm about to get on out of here, get on with the rest of my day. You feel me? I'm gonna get on out of here and get on with the rest of my day. Y'all ain't trying to have no real conversation. In there versus Jamel Charlo in that third round. We having a whole different situation. You feel me? We having an entirely different conversation. We having an entirely different conversation. Which is why I said I need to see a fight for the lineal championship at 154 pounds. You feel me? My brother 503 Lion said he undisciplined as a motherfucker, man. What is y'all talking? They playing with it, bro. They playing with it, bro. They playing with it. You feel me? His lack of discipline, he has a bunch of other attributes that make up for it. He's that great. He has a bunch of accolades that make up for it. But motherfuckers saying fighters don't have flaws and shit. And salute to the homie, Greg Hackett, man. I was watching Greg and somebody came up there and said Boots don't got no flaws and shit like that, man. Y'all got to start being for real. You feel me? We got to start being for real. Every fighter got flaws. The War Report says an undisciplined Boots will knock the rust off Mel. Except for what if there's no rust? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'd like to see it, though, bro. Like, I'd like to see it. Yeah, I like to see it. 503 Line said it might catch up with him. You feel me? I like to see the fight. Omar Williams said he doesn't listen to his corner and he don't keep his hands up. He was dropping his hands in that fight, and I started going crazy. I jumped up and was yelling at the TV and shit. I scared my family because I just don't understand what the fuck are we doing, bro. He's here to knock your head off, bro. Keep your hands up, champ. That effing bull says we know Boots is going to be more disciplined with mature fighters. Hey man, as he matures and gets better, man, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I think. But that not listening to your corner scares me. That getting lazy, that playing with your food scares me. And the reason why it scares me is because, like I told you, with regard to the resume, up until this point, Boots has not been put in those situations where he had to be disciplined and serious from the rooter to the tutor. So as we level up in competition and you get in these spaces where you got to be disciplined from the rooter to the tutor, then we get to see what we got. Then we get to see what we got. Queen said, we don't know that. So we gonna see, man. Hey, man, I got to get out of here, man. Enough is enough. You feel me? I do want to hear from y'all, though, with regard to that. And so now when they be stealing. So when you start seeing people talk about how disciplined or undisciplined Boots is and so on and so forth, they didn't snuck it from us. You feel me? Eric R says he has to be a different fighter versus Fundora. Getting caught like that can easily turn him into Lubin 2.0. Woo! Damn, Queen said he got to be losing to start listening. He got to be losing to start or shocked. He got to get his ass shocked or stunned. We gonna see. All right, man. Salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, Gene, really appreciate it, man. Y'all be sure to hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the like button on the content, man. We really, you feel me? This is the Punch Junkie Podcast, man. The last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. Like, we really gonna talk that shit. Man, salute to y'all. Now, listen. Let me apologize for my behavior in advance. You feel me? That effing bull says Xander should get Kelly next, but he gonna move up. I mean, he could get Kelly next. You feel me? And then run it back with Boots. You know, I be mighty puzzled by these fighters who get these especially unified champions who had these fights. I didn't say what I really wanted to say. My fault, y'all. I ain't leaving yet because I gotta say this. You feel me? It really be interesting to me when fighters get these unification bouts and then they don't have rematch clauses. That's interesting to me. You feel me? That's interesting to me. And what that says to me is I'm not sure how intentional you are with this smoke that you're getting. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all all asked me if Xander Zayas quit, and I ducked the question. I ducked it. I think Xander Zayas found a place of peace with giving up the ghost. You feel me? I think he quit. He stopped. He stopped. And I'm going to tell you why he stopped. He stopped because he realized that he had already won. He was in a no-lose situation. You understand what I'm saying? There's no need to go out there and get the fight and the will and the arithmetic beat out your ass. So when he took that last knockdown and he took that knee and he looked over at his corner, he was through. And he got up and instantly got on his gentlemanship, because unlike certain fighters, a loss does not dictate your career. People do not abandon you when you take a loss. You do not become the laughing stock of the world when you go in there and you take on tough challenges and you lose. Only for certain levels of fighters does that happen. You feel me? And that is why I get so pissed off at a certain fan base when this thing is done to those fighters. You understand what I'm saying? Xander Zayas went in there, took a challenge that other people weren't willing to take, and he lost. And the whole storyline of the commentary shifted. I really fuck with Xander Zayas, so I'm just chilling. But the whole conversation shifted. He didn't take a loss. He's really a winner, and he's a champion, and he proved that he's a grit, and he's a tough guy, and he's this and he's that, and oh yeah, that was a no-lose situation. But on the opposite end, I watch you motherfuckers, I watch y'all. When Jared Anderson went in there and lost to Broccoli, y'all made him the laughing fucking stock of boxing. And I really hate that in y'all. I really hate that shit in y'all. Because I'm going to tell you one thing Jared Big Baby Anderson didn't do. He didn't quit. He gave it all he had. Hey, man, salute to y'all, man. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate y'all. Xander Zayas folded it up because he realized that there was no reason to fight any further. Everybody was still going to love him. He was going to still come out and be the people's champion. He went in the unified champ. He left the people's champion as a 23-year-old youngin. You feel me? No means, no nothing. Just love and admiration for a motherfucker that went in there and lost his titles. Hey, salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for taking time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all, man. Like, I really, truly couldn't. Man, we'll get back when we get back, man. We'll get back. We'll get back on. Hey, Stormy B Man said, you still on air? Every time I go on YouTube, you on YouTube. You feel? I'm trying to be like everybody else. Every time I go on YouTube, everybody on YouTube. You feel me? Motherfuckers is up at 7 o'clock in the morning when I'm used to having the house to myself. You feel me? I come on the motherfucker, everybody on there tap dancing all on what used to be my time. You feel me? This is JuniorTheTruth signing off, man. I'm a high-born player, man. If you don't know anything else about me at the end of the day, I got to keep pushing, baby.
Ghetto baby, I seen pistol play and K's airing like when white bitches don't get their way. Pull up with that whip appeal, look like baby face. Guerrilla warfare, what a motherfucker bathing age. Never falling off, I live my life on the edge. Telling lies on the real, they don't believe what you're saying. I ain't never complained, I ain't never was scared. Look here, bitch, it ain't no buts about my last piece of bread. Camoed out, grew up on them niggas from the know you. Funny how they lose themselves when they can't control you. Here's a 50 slab, cause the game is out of order. Make me kill a nigga career just to meet my quota. Hold up, none you rap niggas want it. I got remnants of Biggie. I was never